Sorry, I caught the cilantro virus.
You gotta watch out for that cilantro virus.
Lungs are filling up with fluid.
Spaghetti sauce.
How's your vision? Is it getting dark at the edges?
No, it's getting light. Kind of like glows. Everything has a halo.
Oh, you're dead.
Yeah, you're already gone.
Shit.
You're going through the tunnel backward, and the light's coming from behind you.
Oh, no. Does that mean they're taking me back to life? Because that's...
No. Life
That'll
is
be
not
wor-
where the light is.
that-
Life is dark and miserable.
Oh, so the darkness is over then, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's up and up from here.
Yeah. It's only going to get better from here.
Bardic Mystery Tour. They're all your friends, they're solving crimes, they're traveling in a party, they're writing songs, we don't have time, so come on, let's get started.
Bardic Mystery Tour is a 5th edition D&D actual play about a rock and roll band who solves mysteries while they're out on tour. I'm Ed, and I'll be your DM.
Hi, I'm Emily. I'm playing Flo Calhoun. She's a wood elf and a bard. She's the singer of the band Antler Mayhem. She wears an antler crown and bracers of archery, and she tries to help people.
Hi, my name is Braden. I'm playing Sammy Stoneslinger. Sammy's the best bard of the bunch. He's the drummer for Antler Mayhem, and he is a rock gnome because he rocks so hard. Sammy comes from a long, proud line of stone-slinging gnomes, and maybe if you're lucky, you'll get to see him, whip some dingers. What's that phrase?
Sock
Some dingers right into some giants' faces.
Hi, I'm Grundledor, and I'm happy to be returning, as I always do, is a bard.
And today we have a guest with us. Jesse, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Bardley. I am a forest gnome. I travel the countryside with my floating piano. I usually adventure with the Knights of the Arcade, but I am on a solo quest to find myself and my long-lost little sister, Yardley.
All right. You want to give us a little more insight into Knights of the Arcade and let us know what that's all about?
Yeah, so Knights of the Arcade is a comedy group that performs at Arcade Comedy Theater every month. Usually perform at the Arcade Comedy Theater in downtown Pittsburgh on Liberty Avenue. And our shows are generally the 4th Saturday of the month. Our next show is March 28th. That's a Saturday at 9 p.m. And we also go to conventions like Origins and things like that. So if you are ever in the mood to watch some live Dungeons & Dragons comedy, please check us out. I'm the bard of the party, so it'll be a real treat to be around other bards for a change.
All right. Last time on Bardic Mystery Tour, the gang met and befriended a traveler named Bardley. Together, they explored the venue for their next show, The Wicker Wagon. To their dismay, the bar was closed due to an investigation by the town guard. We join them as they attempt to elude the town guard after investigating the crime scene for clues. This is Bardic Mystery Tour. Flo, you hear from the bar a very loud explosion. Debris shoots out of the door into where the guards are.
Okay, I'm on the side of the building, so I'm going to cast invisibility on myself.
We need some answers, and we need to get inside. Invisibility. Just a spell to help me hide.
Wait, would your blood be invisible until it hit the ground, or how does that work?
Really
Like if you had a cut on your head, like your forehead, would it bleed down over your face and then they could see your features?
No. On your face, definitely invisible.
Once it gets off your shoe and hits the ground.
That's not your blood anymore. Now that's the world's blood.
The world's blood.
Okay. Finders keepers.
That blood belongs to the people.
Okay, good to know.
I cast invisibility on myself, and I come around the back. I sneak around the back to see if there's a way in from the back.
All right, you find a little alley in the back that you knew was there. There's one guard, and there's a half-elf standing there having a cigarette. And the guard runs inside the building. Everybody roll initiative.
21.
20.
18.
18.
Oh, we're so fast.
This is the best initiative we've ever done, ever.
All right, what are you doing? Bardley, you're first. What are you doing?
Okay, I'm going to use my bonus action to change out of my long Victorian gentleman nightcap and put on my construction worker hat. So I've got a little more armor. And then...
Is this like a hard hat?
Yeah, it's like a hard hat.
Okay.
Where are is it just the single guard right now? Or...
No, they all rushed in. So it's 3 guards and that guard captain. The half-elf stayed in the alley.
Okay. Are they all in, would you say, hypothetically, in a 15-foot cube?
You're going to murder these guards? We don't have to murder them.
You're still invisible right now.
Oh, yeah, we are still invisible. Okay, wait, hang on.
Everybody's invisible
I
right
said
now.
that was hypothetical.
I mean, you do what you want.
I think that they are like barely in a 15-foot cube, but I think they're all probably in it.
I'm so used to just like attacking anything I see. It's just from the company I keep.
Like they heard a sound. They rushed in because they heard a sound.
Yeah, there was a large explosion and they rushed in, but they don't look like they look at like they're not like moving to attack you right now.
Okay.
We might be able to lay low.
Yeah.
But really they're like running in, so like you're not 100% clear, but they don't seem to see you right now.
Okay. Well, in that case, rather than doing a spell, I'm just gonna like strike a readiness pose, so I'm ready for anything.
All right, you gonna ready a certain action or?
Yeah. Already Thunder Wave.
Okay. Is there a certain trigger you want to activate this?
Let's say if one of them is 5 feet or closer to me.
Just wait. As soon as one of them's 5 feet closer than you, you're gonna thunder wave.
No, that's maybe a little bit too. As soon as I do like the double like finger snaps like that, it'll go off.
I just mean like, so when you ready an action, you usually say like, if they attack me, I'll use my action to attack or something like that.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
So, like if they see you, then you're gonna hit them with a thunder wave.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a weird question about this invisibility spell.
Okay.
Because I cast it as one spell, if one of them attacks, do they all become
No.
invisible again?
They're each in their own instance of invisibility. Who's next? Sammy?
So most of the guards are coming in from the front, right?
Yes.
I'm just going to stand. I'm going to go to the wall beside the door so that as the guy comes in from the back, I can sneak out behind him.
All right. He already came in. So do you
I'm going to just go out the
sneak
back door.
All right. Roll me a stealth check.
Yeah. 8. Pretty good.
Okay. Sammy goes outside. Grundledor.
I was standing close to Sammy, correct?
Yes.
I'll-
you guys are all three like
I'll take a
behind
similar.
slash
I'll
near
just
the-
follow behind him and do the same
All
thing.
right. Also roll me a stealth check.
No, 27.
All right. Flo. You just see a half elf that is
Smoking a cigarette.
freaking out. Well, I don't know if he's smoking a cigarette anymore. Now he's like covering his head.
Okay. I'm going to walk past the half elf and peek into the door just to see what I see inside.
All right. You run into a short person.
An invisible short person?
Yes.
Okay. I assume it's one of them and I move out of the way a little bit. Probably, does this guy hear us? Does this half elf hear a scuffle of feet because we ran into each other?
Ask things like that. He might not have checked.
He looks like maybe he's spending too much time covering his ears and crouching down.
All right. I still want to get in there, like, and look through the door. So I kind of push past the invisible.
All right. It's a pretty small
person.
alley, but you can like squeeze by.
What do I see when I look in there?
There are 4 guards in there. Well, 3 guards and 1 guard captain. And the bar is like exploded. Everything is like on the floor. Every bottle of like liquor is shattered. There's like, it's a big mess. There's blood all over the wall.
That's a crazy scene, and I'm hoping none of that blood belongs to my friends.
Yeah, you assume one of the 3 of your friends just exploded, I guess.
Yeah, that's horrifying. I stand there and watch and wait.
Okay, Bardley, give me a stealth check.
21.
Oh, okay. All of the guards look around and shout and like, who's in here? What's going on? Show yourselves. And they like start stabbing the air and stuff with their like swords and halberds and pushing over the tables and stuff like that. But you managed to like, I don't know, I guess. So you had a ready to action. Do you feel like when they come over your way, you want to do anything or?
Nah, because I'm so stealthy.
All right, it's everybody's turn. What do you want? Barley, what do you want to do?
Well, since everyone else is getting out of here, I will also try to sneak out, but I'm going to try to take a mug or like a stein from the bar as I go.
All right.
Smart.
Are you going to fill it before you leave?
No, that seems too risky. I just want a souvenir.
You managed to find like a single unbroken mug. Roll me stealth. You going out the back door or you going out the front door?
Back.
All right.
16.
All right. You sneak out the back door and you run into a short person. You run into a normal-sized person. Wait, Grundledor's behind Sammy. All right. Oh, wait, you run into Flo.
Did I see the mug coming towards me?
Nope. It was behind the bar. You didn't see it. The mug is invisible now.
Okay.
It's part of Bardley.
So I didn't get out of the way?
Flo, a short person that's invisible walks into you.
All right, so I know
As you
that
stand in
two
the
short
doorway.
people are okay. That's good. I hope that wasn't Grundledor's blood I saw in there.
Sammy, what are you doing? Some invisible human-sized person just squeezed past you in this tight alley.
I'm going to whisper, I'm going to be like, watch it, bub. And then I'm going to squeeze past him.
They already squeezed past you. So.
I'm going to go up the alley away.
All right.
Oh, no, I want to observe this half-elf that's smoking cigarettes.
Was smoking a cigarette.
Is now cowering with his head covered.
I'm going to
go
observe
bump
this
into-
character.
Bump into whoever bumped into me and say, and be like, I was here first, and I'm going to try to pickpocket him while I go by. What is pickpocketing? Is it sleight of hand?
Sure.
Yeah,
Or
usually.
is it stealth?
Yeah, but usually you do it on your turn, not during my turn, you jerk.
Well, I mean, is everyone going to try to safely retreat and look at something? Or
We're
how
like
do you-
in combat?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, we were taking turns in case, something
I
happened.
forgot we were taking turns. Okay.
I assumed they were going to stab all of you to death, but that hasn't happened
I'm going to
yet.
stab Sammy here.
Don't fucking stab me. I want to look at this half-elf and determine if I think that they're an owner of this place.
All right, you know for a fact that if you just stand in this alley, we're going to run this combat one round at a time. So do you want to spend 6 seconds staring at them, or do you want to figure out some way to end this situation we're in?
I want to leave the alley.
All right, you're just going to walk down the alley till you're out of it?
Yeah.
All right, Grundledor.
I'm just going to abide.
Just going to stand in the alley
Yeah. Wait.
between Flo, Bardley, and the escape route?
Yeah, I'm going to ready a pickpocket for the next person who comes by.
Okay, Flo.
I assume that either Grundledor is a splattered pile of blood in there, or he got out also. So I am going to leave and go down the alley as well. Did I hear Sammy's footsteps?
If I'm lucky, I'll
No.
get an ion
Okay.
stone out of this.
So I might go the same way as him, but if I'm looking out of the back of the building, I go right.
All right, you run into an invisible person. Grundledor, roll your pickpocket check.
14.
Flo, roll a perception. Arguably, you should both be at disadvantage on this. So let's go with that. Both of you roll a disadvantage.
19.
14.
Grundledor, you don't manage to find the pockets of the person walking by you.
I slap that hand. And I'm like, Grundledor, stop it. Because who else? Who else would be invisible and trying to grab at my pockets? Only Grundledor.
That's true.
All right.
I didn't expect an invisible person. I was hoping somebody else, like a local, would come by. What do you think I did before I was in this band?
We don't know.
All right.
All right, well, the guards, you hear the guards kind of, they're still looking around, but you hear one of them say, like, I don't know, maybe something fell or something. I didn't see anyone. They're like, did someone come in the back? And he's like, you hear another guard like, no one came in the back. And like, all right, well, I don't know. All this evidence is destroyed. They're like, well, we were just guarding it till the detectives got here anyway, so we'll just tell them Antler Mayhem did it.
These bastards.
We didn't do, well, we did do it.
Yeah, kind of.
No, Bardley did it. He's not part of us.
He's not in the band.
That's true. I'm a lone wolf.
Yo, we need to start always traveling with a companion we can scapegoat and blame them for everything we do.
That's why we have all these guests.
Isn't that what you guys have been doing the whole time?
And Dirk.
Yeah, that's what Dirk's there for.
So I'm interested to know if this half-elf is the owner of the place. Does he look like an owner? I don't understand why he would be standing here if he wasn't an
Describe
owner.
to me what an owner looks like.
He's just like deep bags under his eyes.
Looks kind of like a loner.
Looks upset all the
Without the L.
time.
Like
Just
frazzled looking too.
Complains about the cooks.
looks at kids a lot, like thinking
Wait,
he's gonna
whoa.
yell at them. Wait, let me clarify. Like he's gonna yell at them, and then he's like, they're okay, kind of thing.
Does he have a band shirt on?
When he drinks, he hides it.
He's wearing like a shirt that says Wicker Wagon.
So he might be an employee.
Is it like a uniform?
It's like a t-shirt.
Yeah, he's definitely an employee. Because the owner would never wear their own shirt. That's crazy. All right, so I think that we need to find more clues about what might have happened here. But I have no idea where to get these clues.
I show them the stein that I stole and suggest that might be a clue.
Oh, I want to
You guys just
investigate
all
the
still in
Stein.
this alley?
Yeah, I want to investigate that Stein.
We have a good thief on our hands. It's good.
27.
Is it invisible?
Yeah, you can't investigate it while it's invisible.
I think you can.
Just do it at a
You
disadvantage.
just feel it.
24.
All right, it feels muggy.
You're lucky he didn't
It's like
break it.
round. There's a hole in the top, but not in the bottom. It holds between 16 and 20 ounces of liquid, probably.
Classic Stein.
There's like a handle on it.
I'm like Bardley.
Is this Stein? It has a lid.
No, not all Steins have lids. This one does, though.
Yeah.
I'm like Bardley. This is a nice Stein, but I don't think it has anything to do with the murder or
You can
whatever.
feel like bumped out. There's like some metal thing attached to it that makes like a WW that's like one big like.
That description does basically nothing for me.
It's because of Wicker
It's
Wagon.
not two separate W's. It's like one big trip, like double
It's
W.
a quadruple U.
It's a quadruple U.
Oh, okay.
It's
the
just-
letter.
It's just a quad U. It's kind of like the waste management logo.
You know what we should do? Is we should just hang out until the detectives get here.
And then
and listen to the
mug
report.
them while we're invisible.
Nope. And listen to the report that the regular officers give so that we know what the hell happened here.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Does anybody want to talk to that potential owner?
Nah, he's just an employee.
How long does invisibility last?
1 hour.
So what's the plan?
We're going to hang out near the door where the guards are until the detectives show up. And then we're going to eavesdrop on their conversation.
I cast prestidigitation.
And become visible.
Prestidigitation. Anyway, who's holding the Stein?
I think I still am.
Okay, well, it suddenly feels like it's cold and filled with fluid.
Can it make fluid? I don't think you can make fluid.
don't think it does.
Oh,
But it could feel like it is.
It could feel
Feels
like
like
it.
it.
Cold and
Sure.
sweaty.
I try to drink the Stein and I'm very disappointed when
because it
is empty.
tastes like unfixed male cat piss.
Why would you do that?
Also, wait, how good are you at determining whether or not this cat is fixed based on just its
The
piss
smell.
flavor?
I know what the smell is like.
You said taste.
Grundledor knows what the taste is like too, unfortunately.
A true cat piss sommelier can tell the difference between fixed and unfixed.
Back in the grotto, we used to distill the cat piss. Thing is, we get the cats drunk and then collect their piss.
You took their piss,
and then you
fermented it, and got them drunk on their own piss.
no, you feed them booze, and then you collect their piss, and then you ferment the cat piss.
That seems really
from the
inefficient.
cats that you got drunk. But they can't be sterilized. They have to be male cats with unaltered testicles.
How much does that affect the flavor?
A lot.
Okay,
Makes it worse. A lot worse.
I'll take your word for it.
You know, like plastic and other things. You know, smells and odors can soak into colors. Glass normally doesn't, but tell you what, that cat piss smell will never come out of glass. It like etches its way right in. It's toxic stuff.
I believe it.
Take the hair right off your chest.
One time I saw a cat pee.
Hey, you guys were all in there when that explosion happened. What happened?
Oh, yeah. So I opened up this blue binder and there was the word Udemy. No, that's the online classes thing.
Udelict.
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 Udolict.
Udolict.
Udelict?
Do you know what that means?
No, I don't.
Do I know what that means?
Oh, I know all about
roll a
that.
history check.
Sigma, Ligma? What?
15.
Was it Arcana?
You want to roll Arcana?
I do. In fact,
All right.
21.
Neither of you knows what it means.
I'd say I know, but I'll tell you tomorrow.
So you opened it and it just exploded?
Are you rolling to see why it exploded?
Because it was a bomb.
I know why I exploded. I got a 7 Arcana check.
It is a really common spell, though.
Let's see if I know.
I think the 7 doesn't make it.
How about an 18?
Yeah, it's a spell called Glyph of Warding.
So that means if I learned that spell, I could,
You can write words that explode when people read them.
or I could take a dump in the toilet and not flush it. But then when someone disturbs my poop to flush it later, it explodes.
No, they have to read the word.
Oh, damn it.
What language is that word? Do I have a guess? Do any of us have a guess of what language that word is?
So you didn't roll a history, so I'm not going to let that count for
Do you want me
knowing.
to find that?
Sure, roll a history check.
It has to be a word written. I can't read or write, so can I even learn that spell? I probably can't.
8.
You probably can. I don't know. It might not be a bard spell. But guess what you guys get in terms of...
I'm illiterate.
8, did you say?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Bardley, you want to do a history check?
Sure. That is a 19.
You're fairly certain it's a name.
Guys, I think it's a name.
Like of a person or a place or something?
Yeah. A proper noun. Maybe that is the murderer or murderee.
Cool.
Or did we tell you there was a murder inside? There was a murder inside.
I saw blood and I was hoping it was none of you, but you seem all.
Oh,
like
that
you're
was there
okay.
when we got there.
Oh.
All right. Well, I think that we should hang out, except for Grundledor, over to see if we can overhear when the detectives show up.
I also, since I'm not wanted, I could ask the half-elf what his deal is.
You interrogate the half-elf.
Yeah, well, Grundledor also just turned visible in the alley, I think. So.
Yeah, Grundledor should hide or climb on top of the building and hide and listen.
Then that's what I'll do. I climb up on top of the building.
All right, roll a climb check.
Dude, tell him to F himself.
Ah, fuck yourself.
You can use athletics if you want.
12.
Or this is a thin
12.
alley. You could use acrobatics.
I was going to say,
12.
you should tell him about those boots of spider climbing you have.
12. I
or
have
you
those.
can use your boots of spider climbing.
That's what I was using.
Fine. Grundledor climbs on the top of the building. All right, what do you guys... You're just hanging out invisible in the alley?
Yeah, I'll say to Flo, hey, why don't you hang by the front door and I'll hang out by the back door and we'll wait till the detectives show up and
All
we'll try to overhear the report.
Okay. I sneak to the front.
You guys wait, and it's like dangerously close to the hour mark. You guys are real good at judging time, so you know that like the spell is about to end. And you haven't seen detectives yet. But Pike and Lyle come back, and the captain says, Did you find him? And then they're like, no. And then the captain says, oh, I'm glad you found Lyle again. One of the guards goes, I was with Lyle the whole time. And then the captain's like, no, you came back and you told me you lost Lyle and you went back out to find him. Pike's like, no, I didn't. And then the captain starts scratching her chin. She's like, all right, guys, I think there's something up. And then she stabs Pike. No, it's not true.
Man! All right. Well, it's close to an hour, so I head back to the back of the building to see where Sammy is and ask him where everybody else is.
You do before you go see her. She tells Pike and Lyle to go inform somebody else and to send more guards because the scene has been compromised. And they leave.
All right, I'm going to try talking to that half-elf now, I think.
All right, you wandered off and turned visible and then came back up the alley.
Yeah, so that I don't just like suddenly appear out of nowhere. And I'm going to trade my construction worker hat for my top hat, which is my best at persuading people hat.
All right.
Because it's very fancy.
All right, well, you start walking up the alley and there's a guard in the back and they're like, hold on, sir. This area is closed down. We're investigating a crime here.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to go in. I just was going to just ask a couple questions about this place. And I turned to the elf and I'm like, do you work here?
The half elf says, I actually own the Wicker Wagon.
Oh, you do kind of look like an owner.
What's that supposed to mean?
No, just...
What's an owner look like?
No, just hey, does this mean that there's not going to be, like, anything going on tonight? Like, there's no event if it's...
Oh, yeah, until they solve this crime, I can't run an event here.
Oh, no.
Plus, with my bartender dead, it's going to be problematic.
Oh.
And someone just blew up all my liquor. So my bar is in a bad state for running a show.
That is... this is a bad day.
Which is bad because my bar was already struggling really hard. And I thought this show was going to help us out. But, it's going to be difficult.
And after I rob him, he's not going to have a hope and a prayer of staying in business.
Well, I'm sure that the guards or somebody, and I give him a wink, will solve this crime in the nick of time.
He looks at you strangely and goes, okay.
I do like a little dance to try to lift his spirits. Like one where my arms are going.
Roll a perform check.
Oh, I'm really good at performing too.
I hope so. You're a bard.
14.
Still a decent enough dance. He gives a little chuckle. He's like, thanks. I'll see what I can do about the liquor situation. The insurance will probably cover it, but, I'll have to figure something out for tonight. If this investigation is ongoing for days, then it's going to be problematic for me.
Did the bartender have any enemies? Because everyone usually likes bartenders.
Yeah, not that I know of. Unless maybe there's someone that hates elves or something, because there aren't a ton of elves around. And he was like full-blown, purebred, like his bloodline's never seen a not an elf.
Cool.
But he and I got along because, we're cool, which is weird because most elves are just assholes. And
Yeah, Flo.
they hate half elves so much. And they're like, oh, I'm purebred. And I'm like, I'm a purebred half elf or whatever. And then they're like, that's not what purebred means. And I'm like, I don't care. I just own a bar.
Yeah, this guy always seemed cool. What was his name again? It was one of those interesting names.
Faden.
Faden, yeah.
Oh, you've been to our bar before?
Yeah, it's been a while, but
All right.
I always liked it.
Yeah. He was a good bartender.
Yeah. Well, I'm off to do something else. And I turn around and start whistling.
All right. Have a good day, sir. Try not to get murdered.
Will do.
I use that cover to sneak out.
Also, stay away from Antler Mayhem. They're probably the one that murdered him.
Yeah, those guys suck.
Yeah, they're assholes.
What? Not defending us.
Man, I can't blow my cover.
I sneak back out to the rendezvous point behind Bardley because I think it's a good distraction.
Seeing as how you didn't set a rendezvous point.
It was the point that we were talking at the end of the alley from before. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Grungo?
Sure.
Well, apparently everyone did figure that.
I tell the group everything I learned and about the bartender's name, which starts with an F.
Oh, yeah. I overheard because I was standing at that back door. Faden.
Faden.
It's Faeden.
So that's not the name that was in that folder.
No, so maybe that name is the killer, and that's like his calling card, like when you leave a dead mouse and you're a cat.
I wonder if Faden is from Lopidia.
What's Lupidia?
Where the flower is from.
What flower?
Oh, there was a flower that was gone by the time you got to the scene. It was on top of the blood, so it seemed odd.
Was it magical?
No,
Nope.
It's just really rare and only from one part of the world.
And its leaves were funky.
You know what? We don't know if it was magical or not, but I assume it's not.
We should have eaten it. That was the drugs we're looking for. Let's go back and get that flower.
Oh my God, was that flower drugs? Ed,
Oh,
you have
we'd
to
be-
tell us.
Oh,
You
I'd
don't
be
know.
the best loot player in the world if I did that drug. That's what I need. I need the best drug for making me the best musician.
All right, I want to explore the area and look for a botanist.
Let's go find that flower. I'm just going to eat it and see what
A
happens.
florist.
Are you guys getting back in your trench coat situation?
Oh, yeah, good idea.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
I put my big old beard back on.
Sammy, remember last time when you gave me a beard?
Yeah, but it looked super fake and bad.
Okay.
Do you want me to do that again?
I don't know.
I cast Minor Illusion and I give Flo a purple beard, but it doesn't move at all.
It's real close to my face.
It's like a Snapchat filter.
Yes.
Something you can see, something you cannot touch. It's a trickery, but it just fools chumps.
I take off my crown and I put it in my bag.
Hey groupies, it's your favorite DM Ed here, just saying thanks for listening to Bardic Mystery Tour. I think every single one of you guys is awesome. Just make sure that if you want to follow us on Facebook or Twitter, then you should do it. And remember, the album from season 2 is about to drop, so if you sign up for Patreon right now, then you get a free code. Well, it's not free because you have to pay for it, but you get a code for the new album as it drops. So you could do that right now before it comes out. Also, remember to go see Nights of the Arcade downtown in Pittsburgh. All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you next time. Back to the action. You find a local florist.
I'm the bottom gnome, right? So I'm just going to walk in.
Yeah, I follow. And I didn't see this, so I can't really help.
I hope Bardley's paying attention.
I am not.
The shop is called Faunomania.
Hey,
FAWN-O-MANIA.
I think there's a W in fauna.
Fauna.
Fauna Mania? That's way better than I thought.
Yo, hey, you fauna
Because
maniac.
Floramania sounds stupid. I think fauna
Means flora,
I think it's
is
animal.
another plant thing.
but it's specifically not.
It's definitely animals.
Damn it.
Fauna is more animal.
Maybe there's also like taxidermied.
Well, I was expecting the owner to be a fawn.
These are all animal plants.
Oh,
When you say the flora and the fauna, you mean the plants and animals?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Are you
I thought you
serious?
meant like all of the plants.
You're 36 years old.
You don't know that. No, you want a different shop name?
Yes, please.
What if I call it Pestilania?
That's great.
Is there an employee there?
But then in parentheses under it, it says not like derived from pestilence, but derived from like pestle.
like grinding. Like
No, like the part of a flower called a pestle. You want it to be called Pedalmania? That's a bike shop across the street. And I tried for that name, but I couldn't get it.
So this is the owner.
Oh, you walk in. There's a dwarf there. He says, what? I mean, welcome to Pestalmania. It's not Pedalmania because there's a bike shop across the street. And I don't even ride bikes.
Sounds like the name of this shop has given you some heartache.
And right next to Pedalmania is Pedalmania, a foot care salon.
Cool.
So we,
Oh, those are spelled the same way, huh?
yeah.
Damn it. It's a bike shop / foot care salon.
Anyway, so
I hate the place.
what do you know about
Because that doesn't make any
Lepidian?
sense.
What do you know about Lepidian flowers?
What is a Lepidian flower?
They have geometric petals, and
I've
they
never heard
grow
of it.
in loped.
Are you talking about lopids?
Yeah.
I've never actually seen one, but I've heard of them before.
Yo, can you eat them?
They're worth a lot of money.
Can you eat them?
Yeah, you can eat most things.
Do they do anything special?
No.
Do you know why they're worth so much?
They're super rare. They're only found in one region
They're not a drug.
called Lopidia.
They're not a drug, though.
They're not a drug. They don't even have very much sustenance. They're very, like, empty caloric.
All you need to have is a little bit of the right chemical, though.
Yeah, well, they don't have it.
Damn it. I'll never be the best loot player.
How far is Lopidia from here?
Far.
Hmm.
Like, whoa far. If it were closer, they'd be cheaper. But finding a live Lopid anywhere near the Argetson Plain is difficult at best.
Because they don't grow in this habitat? Or-
Yeah. And they don't last long after being picked.
But how fast do they wilt after they've been
Hours.
just hours? How far away is Lopidia?
Weeks of travel.
Oh, they must have used some magic or flown.
Do they have like a symbolic meaning? Like how if you give someone a rose, it means you love them, and carnations mean you just want to be friends?
Not really.
Wait, that's why the carnation mean. Oh, shit.
That's why I have so many carnations in my house.
Everything makes sense now.
You guys want me to make you up some corsages? Or
Yes.
some,
We are going to prom.
what do you call that thing you wear here?
Boutonniere?
A boutonniere? That's most of my work is corsages and boutonnieres.
I would like one of each, please.
All right, they're 1 copper each.
I'll get 10.
I will take 10, and I give him 10 coppers.
All right, he's like, all right, I'll have them by tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Ask him, like, do we need like a ticket or?
Oh, 2 questions. 1, do we need like a ticket or anything?
No, I'll remember your face and
Okay.
your lumpy stature.
And my natural beard.
Yeah, your very natural looking beard that would never fool a dwarf.
Good. And follow-up question. Are any of these flowers the ones that if you eat them, you'll get visions that might help you on a quest?
No, I don't sell those.
Do you know anyone who does? And I wink.
You want a toad? You want to lick a toad?
Not on the record. But there's a guy that wanders these alleys. His name is Tricky Fingers.
Tricky fingers.
And he's always got what you need, even if what you need isn't a thing.
What I need are sticky fingers.
That should be your name. We should change your name to Sticky Fingers. You can hang out with Tricky Fingers.
And with Filcher.
But our fingers are sticky for different reasons.
Do you have flower crowns?
Yeah.
Can I buy one of those, please?
Yeah.
You gotta come back tomorrow and pick it up.
Yeah, I'll have it ready for you tomorrow.
Man,
Do
okay.
you have flower underwear?
I can make some by tomorrow.
Edible.
All flowers are technically edible.
No, no, thank you. I was just wondering. I'm free balling right now.
All right, I feel like we should go to a map shop and find out where Lopidia is.
It's far enough away that someone here either flew really fast or has some magic. Maybe it's a dragon.
Oh, it's also possible, I guess, that flower
Dimension
wasn't
door?
real and it was just an illusion.
Oh gosh.
No way. I would have noticed that. I mean, I stay silent because I'm still pretending to be the bottom half of a person. But I hope we go to a place where we can talk.
Yeah,
soon.
let's leave this. Let's leave
All
the
right.
shop. So
I
we can
pay. How much
discuss.
do I have to pay him for my flower crown?
2 copper.
I pay him 2 copper and say thanks.
Okay. You leave the flower shop and you see Dirk. He's like, "Oh, hey guys,
Hey, Dirk.
I think I got the stuff we need."
What'd you get?
Oh, yeah.
He like looks around real quick and he pulls out this like baggie full of like oregano. He's like, "I got this for like 15 gold.
Great, Dirk. Great work.
They said it's the good stuff."
Are we making a pizza?
Yes.
All right, Dirk. Now go and try to find the hard stuff.
Okay.
There's a guy named Tricky Fingers.
All right.
Don't let him stab you.
That's a good call.
You know what? Give me all your gold except for like 20.
Okay, Sammy.
Are we gonna really try to find the murderer with drugs by having a drug vision?
No, we're trying to find Yardley.
Well, we need the drugs to be good bards. And we're sending Dirk to get the drugs, but we're holding the gold except for 20 gold because he's definitely going to get robbed.
How'd Dirk die? I don't know. We just kept sending him to drug dealers' houses with no money, and eventually
One day
got
he didn't
stabbed.
come back.
Maybe. Okay, I want to give Dirk my blade hat, so he's more tough looking.
A blade hat?
Yeah,
Oh, Luke, like Luke Kang.
it's just got like blades coming out.
Like swords?
no, just like razor blades.
Like hollow ground, the kind you like shave your face with.
Is this supposed to be intimidating?
Yeah, it's really intimidating.
Shaving razors?
Yeah, but they're just sticking out all willy nilly.
Does it look like they're like sewn into his hair so like he looks crazy?
No, they just like attached to like this sort of beige cap.
A beige cap? Is it felt?
Yeah, it's this felt cap with like blades sticking out.
Very intimidating. He accepts it graciously. He's like, "All right, this is really gonna make me look tough."
Yeah, you can also do headbutts with it. But if you roll a natural 1, you get decapitated. That's what I. So maybe don't do that.
So we want to find out more information about Lupidia. So we're looking for like a cartographer's shop.
Is there an internet
Or-
someplace we can look?
Yeah, like a library.
That's the word.
I think if you're gonna find, there's got to be a cartographer somewhere in Grand Argetza,
Huge city.
but there's probably a Westgate library closer. So which one do you want to try first?
Library.
All right, you head over to the Westgate Library.
Oh yeah.
There's a sign on the front that says like "Reading is fun," and it's in like multicolored, like multiple fonts, and it's like a bunch of like stick figure kids playing.
With books.
No, they're like throwing a football.
I'm casting
Okay.
minor illusion, and I make it look like the kids are instead fighting and like decapitating each other. Your tongue, your nose, your eyes are mine as your senses be spelled by lie. Switch it around as we enter.
How long does that last?
Like a day.
A minute or something.
Oh yeah, do I need a new beard?
I don't think you need it.
I'm just afraid that we're gonna get caught.
Do you want one?
I don't know.
Okay, then we go in.
All right, you enter the library. Right as you enter, there's a front desk that has a librarian, assumedly a librarian, sitting there. The rest of the place is completely empty, and there's, shelves everywhere with books on them, as a library often has. But the place looks a little bit run down, but, it still has a reasonable selection of books.
I'm going to whisper up and I'm like, Bardley, switch me places.
Okay.
But then we don't want to get out of the trench coat. We want to he just comes down and then I get on his shoulders and we go back up.
All right. The librarian looks at you and then just goes back to reading.
We walk up to the counter.
He's like, "How may I help you?"
Hello, sir. I'm an academic person and I'd like to do some studies in your library.
All right, go nuts, man.
Yes, could you please just point me to the geography and multicultural studies area?
Oh, yeah, sure. And he, points at the back corner.
I'm sorry. This corner, and I point to the one beside it.
He's like, no, right over there, though.
Oh, yes, I see now, my good sir.
Yeah, you see, a map table.
Oh, yeah, that makes it easy. All right, cool. Thank you much, my good man.
Yeah, no problem. Let me know if you need help, he says reluctantly.
Oh, I will. And then we go over there. Or I don't know. When I say we, I mean the trench coat gnomes.
Yeah.
I follow them. Is there a bathroom somewhere or a restroom somewhere?
In the library?
Yeah, is there like some room for being alone?
Yeah.
If this is a library, there's definitely somebody like washing their entire body in the bathroom.
Yeah, it's a public building, so.
Okay. I want to go in there
All right.
and I want to put on a disguise so that I don't have to keep asking Sammy to put a spell on me and I don't have to like constantly change how I look.
All right. Do you have a disguise?
I have a disguise kit.
All right. Roll a disguise check.
You mean performance or
You can use performance
some
if you
other
want.
word? Okay. Okay, I got a 12, but I wanted to get higher than that.
Okay.
So I think that we can get more done if we split up into 2 gnomes. So I think that to hold up illusions, will you allow me to cast Prestidigitation on the trench coat to make it stiff so we can climb out of it and it'll stand up?
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, throw a hat on top of this. So from the back, it looks like a person's just standing here.
Oh, okay. I put a one of those big old foam cowboy hats on it.
Magic spark, extinguish flame, cleaning food, prestidigitation, warm coffee, acceleration, magic mark, prestidigitation.
Perfect. And then we can just go, we want to search for books about Lopidia.
Yeah. And also books about rare flowers.
Okay.
And books about crimes?
All right. Roll a research check. That's probably investigation maybe?
19.
10.
17.
16.
You guys spend about an hour looking at maps and reading books, and you're basically like the authorities on Lopids and Lopidia in the region at this point. You know, like everything that one can know about Lopidia.
Is it an elven culture?
Nope. It's mostly humans. They do a lot of like mining for rare earth elements. I mean, rare material plane elements. It's a really hard place to live in. The environment's really tough. It's really far from like the next town. So they can't get like supplies, but there's not enough like work there to keep like a steady labor force. So like the population's constantly dwindling, and it just makes everything about life hard in Lopidia.
Do we come across the exploding word at any point?
Nope.
Did we look up that exploding word?
Udelict.
Can we have looked that up? I would like to look that up.
All right, roll another research check.
Is this like we all are rolling or just Flo?
Only the people that want to look it
What's
up.
research?
I don't know. Use like knowledge. Use like intelligence.
History.
Investigation.
Investigation.
29.
11.
22.
14.
All right, so not in the card catalog or anything. Everyone looks everywhere for this Udelict, and no one can find anything. Sammy Stoneslinger gets a little sidetracked in his research, and he finds this really old book that also is somehow not cataloged. It doesn't even have that sticker on the like spine that like tells you where to put it. It was just like hidden in some bin somewhere. He found it and it looked pretty cool. And it's about the Westgate Asylum. It's this old book that's deteriorating, and somewhere in the depths of it, he finds a story about a patient at the Westgate Asylum named Udelict, who was at one time in early Argetsan history a wealthy copper mine philanthropist. Something happened in his life where he like snapped and murdered a bunch of people in Grand Argetza, and managed to get off on a plea of insanity, and he spent the rest of his life in the Westgate Asylum. But there's not a ton of information about him.
What year was that?
Long time ago.
Okay, so he's probably dead. He's dead, right?
Probably.
Was he human?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are there newspapers here in this library
Like some.
that we could look through? I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they have this, but you can like search through old news and find mentions of this name again.
Yeah,
That maybe.
But they don't have like the
Microfiche.
microfilm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have those things. They just have like the newspapers from the
Right.
last couple months.
Oh, yeah, like they're on the broomstick things.
Yeah, they're like hanging.
what things?
Yeah, they're like. I know what you're talking about.
Then yeah, Those things. They're on those.
They're not broomsticks. They look like rug beaters.
Yeah, they're on those. Yeah.
Rods.
Yeah, that's a good word for it. Yeah.
All right. Do you guys want to ask the librarian if he has heard, since he's in this town a lot, of murders under this guy's name?
I think we should go to the asylum and see if he's still alive.
Okay.
Or if there's a cult. I mean, yeah. Talk to him. Talk to the librarian.
Okay. I go up to the librarian and I say, excuse me.
Yes. How can I help you?
Hi, I'm very sorry to bother you, but I know, I want to read also forever, but this hopefully will be quick. We encountered a word. It's a name of a person, Udelicht. I don't know how to say it, but it's a person. I was wondering if you've heard if his name has been used in murders or
in murders?
Anything terrible.
Someone used his name in a murder?
Yeah. I just went for it.
What's his name?
Udelicht? Udelicht?
You as in you licked my balls.
I don't know anything about that.
Okay.
I've never heard that name.
Just because you read a lot. I thought maybe you read the newspaper and you'd seen something.
Yeah, but he flips over his book and he shows he's just reading like some anime mangas.
And then you look closer, and inside the manga are hentai.
There's that rod of tickles.
Oh no, that son of a bitch.
He's the one that took it.
He's had the tickler the whole time.
He probably employed those Zorn.
All for his sick pleasures.
Is Zorn the plural of Zorn?
No, I assumed it was.
I would assume so, I guess.
Okay. Well, I just wondered. Sorry to bother you.
Thanks for visiting the library. Remember, reading starts early. Get your kids to come down here when they're 5.
Yep, you bet.
I didn't find any connections between Udelicht and the Lopid flower at all?
Nope.
Like, did he ever leave a calling card when he was doing murders?
The article wasn't in depth enough to say.
Maybe Udelicht went around murdering people, and someone who lost a family member to him felt really sad about that and is now murdering in his name to get back at him somehow. Which doesn't make sense, because if he killed that completely 100% elf bartender, he wouldn't have been related to Udelicht.
Maybe Udelicht was entrapped in some sort of time capsule for eons and then was let loose whenever an unwitting band of heroes who are very heroic accidentally let him out.
Are you trying to say that Udelicht is the name of the vampire?
No, that's not. No, that was Lady Vaya.
Okay.
But was Udelicht the name of a person that we met before?
I hope
it might
not.
be a common name.
I have notes this season, so Prudence Baneslayer, Trag and Granitor.
You made them.
Sorgensford.
You made.
That's your
I helped
friend.
you make him up.
Mayor Bedan.
All right, that's a worthwhile note.
Nope, I don't see it anywhere.
Okay. What do you guys want to do?
Well, I think that the theory that I just said would be easily dispelled by asking Varaxian. But I don't know if we want to travel all the way across town. We don't have a faster way to talk to him, do we? I look inward and I think in my mind, Varaxian, can you hear me?
You don't hear anything back.
Dang it.
Well, maybe we could check out the asylum, and maybe the staff there knows about some legends around Udelicht.
Yeah, or if they won't tell us, we can sneak in after they say no and look through the medical records.
Do we know where this is on those maps that we just looked at?
For Lopidia?
No, we also look at maps to see where the asylum is.
All right, you find a map of Westgate, specifically the Westgate borough
Just
of
hang on the wall.
Grand Argetza.
Huge city.
And you find marked where the asylum is, the Westgate Asylum.
Is it the current location of that bar we're supposed to play at, the Wicker Wagon?
No!
That would have been cool.
It takes up way more footprint.
All right, I go back over to the coat, and Sammy dives up over the coat into the neck hole. So on his way up, his hands push the foam hat up so that he can then tumble into the center and be on the bottom.
All right, roll yourself an acrobatics check.
23.
All right, Sammy dives up, pops the hat up, and falls down the middle of the coat.
I do that, but the clumsy version.
All right, roll athletics.
An even 7.
Bardley runs over and knocks the coat over, and then gets on Sammy's shoulder and puts the coat on and wears the hat.
Cool.
Wait, which hat are you sticking with?
Oh, what are you guys thinking? I kind of like this cowboy hat. Feel like we
a
could.
blade hat myself, but
I wish I still had that blade hat.
oh yeah, you did give it away.
I gave it to Dirk. You better come back with it in one piece.
Wait, with the hat in one piece or with Dirk in one piece?
Hopefully both. Both would be ideal.
Yeah, hat for sure, though.
Yeah.
You done researching, Flo?
Yeah. I want to adjust my disguise. Just one more check. Make sure I look good. And not like me.
You're confident it's great.
Can I go look in the mirror and adjust things as needed, or does it still stand?
Yeah, no, you can do it, and it looks great.
Okay.
You're convinced. You look nothing like Flo at all.
I have a fake mustache, so that does help.
Yeah, and Flo doesn't have a mustache.
So
Sometimes she has a milk mustache.
Go along with it, guys.
Oh, we're nice to Flo, so we would never say anything bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's roll to the asylum. And then the Bardic Mystery Tour logo comes out from small, and it gets real big and it spins, and it goes back in.
Yeah, but when it goes back in, instead of there being a library, there's this enormous abandoned building with a fence around it that says, "Do not enter. Edict of the Grand Argetson Council."
Huge counts. Is it still raining? Is it still a thunderstorm?
Yeah, it's pouring down rain. I completely forgot that while we were at the bar. That sucked to be outside in the bar when it was raining.
For like an hour.
I bet that, you guys just stood in the rain for an hour. Oh, this is horrible.
The rain's just running off our invisible forms.
Yeah. Well, it should have been way easier to see you guys.
I look for holes in the fence.
The fence isn't like a spectacular fence, and it seems to have been up for a long time. So it's fallen into a little bit of disrepair. It seems as though kids may sneak in here on the regular and, spray paint up the walls and smash some windows and stuff. There's a front entrance that has like a 4-step stairway with like big like brick with like concrete headers, waist-high walls if you're human heighted. It goes up to a big double door made of like large mahogany heavy doors. Above the entranceway, a large single piece of stone that was cut that says Westgate Asylum carved intricately into it. And then there's like gargoyles on top of it that look hideous and menacing.
And it looks like this place has not been inhabited by people or doctors in a long time.
Yeah.
I take a marker out of my pocket and I write my name on the fence. And then I put a big heart around it.
That's nice.
That's my tag.
Let's go in.
The door is hard to move.
I push harder.
All right, roll a strength check.
19.
Flo pretends like it's not even a big deal and just pushes the door open.
Sammy, it wasn't that hard, was it?
Well, it would have been
How
for
could it be
Sammy.
hard? You did it easily. Let's go in.
All right, everyone walks
Sneak
in.
in.
And you all right, everyone that wants to sneak roll a stealth check. Everyone roll a wisdom save. Sammy gets advantage on it. Do forest gnomes get advantages on mind effects?
I think it's called Cunning Mind or something like that.
Gnome cunning. Oh yeah, you have advantage on all intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws. Against magic?
Yeah. You get advantage.
I got a 26 on my stealth check.
13 stealth.
I guess it shouldn't be wisdom. It should be intelligence.
Intelligence save?
Yeah.
13.
I got a 10 on my intelligence save with advantage.
Wow.
Okay, so my stealth is a 17. Saving throw is a 12.
18.
All right. You walk into a brightly lit room full of orderlies and stuff. There's a front desk with a nurse or an orderly. It's not a nurse. Sitting at it for checking people in. It's a receptionist is who it is. There's a front desk with a receptionist. The room that you're in, this is similar to the entrance of Taverna where there's a large room, there's a staircase on one side of it, and there's a balcony around the top of it. This is a much taller room than you would expect. It makes a more grand entry. The ceiling is probably almost 25 feet up from here, and the balcony is probably 11 feet from the floor you're standing on. There are hallways that lead off to your left, your right, and straight forward for both the floor you're on and the balcony above. The hardwood floor is well polished. The front desk has a marble countertop that's like pristine. Everything looks really sterile. And Bardley recognizes that this is not the real case, but that everything is actually dilapidated and broken. The marble countertop is like shattered and parts of it are completely missing. There are like pieces of the floor that are like rotten with holes in it. A lot of the like banister spokes are broken. Like most of the windows are missing. It's not actually well lit, but you can just tell that it's clearly an illusion. So you can see what they're seeing, but you know that it's not. But you three believe that this is real.
Does it seem like they see us?
Yes. A lot of the orderlies are just walking around, but the receptionist like sits up and she goes, welcome, Varaxian, and I'm glad you finally made it.
Varaxian?
I look back over my shoulder. Is Varaxian there?
No.
I think I'm just going to roll with this. Be like, yes, it's me, Varaxian. What news?
Oh, well, are you here to see Udalicht?
Yep, that's why we're here.
All right, I'll just have Orderly Jones take you on down. She rings a bell, and this guy in this like white jacket comes up, and he's like, if you guys could follow me. Are you guys a single trench coat person right now?
Yep.
Okay. Starts leading you like to the right down this hallway. You pass a bunch of doors. All the doors are like thick metal doors with like bars and for like a looking sized window like at head height for a human. He walks down to one of the doors and pulls like a bar and pushes the door inward to open it, and he's like, Udalicht's right in here if you want to come on in. And he walks in.
Yeah.
You guys all go in?
Yeah, we go in.
All right, and then he slams the door, and you hear the bar slam shut from the outside. You hear an evil cackle. Actually, what you hear is this evil, like, clickle. It's like a cackle, but clicking, so it's like...
Does the illusion drop, or we still see it as a modern, up-to-date asylum?
The illusion doesn't drop, but there's nobody else in here except for that orderly, and he's just standing there.
Maybe I take this moment to say, hey, you know how everything looks nice here? It sucks secretly.
You son of a bitch.
How will Antler Mayhem escape this asylum of anguish? Why do the orderlies believe Bardley is Varaxian? How is all of that related to the murder of a bartender at a local dive bar? Find out next time on Bardic Mystery Tour.
Bardic Mystery Tour. There's only one thing we aim for. Tell all your friends and they'll tell more. Warn your sheriff 'cause we're kicking in doors. Rolling dice with our best friends. Solving mysteries again and again. Writing songs about our quests. Once a week on the internet. It's the Bardic Mystery Tour. If yous wanna hear more, buy some merch in the store. Rate us with a 5-star score. It's the Bardic Mystery Tour. It's the Bardic Mystery Tour. It's the Bardic Mystery Tour. It's the Bardic Mystery Tour.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.
Bardic Mystery Tour is recorded at Looking for Group Pittsburgh. Looking for Group Pittsburgh is a land center in the Brookline neighborhood of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. If you're in the area, stop by for games, co-working, or events. Find more information or schedule your next party at lfgpgh.com.
All right, well, you find a map of Lopidia, and you find a book on rare botanicals. That mean flowers?
Mm-hmm.
That mean plants?
Yeah, you should
It
double
doesn't
check
mean
all the
animals. Like, I was afraid maybe botanical meant animal this whole time. I was just wrong.